This is a 2007 Toyota Camry. Should be the same as like a 2007 or 2011. It's got the 4-cylinder, and as you can see, it's leaking antifreeze all along the top part of the radiator here. Before we get started, I got some genuine Toyota antifreeze. This is the super long life antifreeze. It's the pink, and then a little bit of automatic transmission fluid, the ATF-WS. And then this is an aftermarket radiator, so I'm hoping there's not going to be a whole lot of changes that I'll have to make to get it to fit. To get started, I'm going to remove this top piece. It takes a 10mm socket. Looks like there's a couple more bolts up there. And then this other bolt, can't quite get to it with the ratchet, so I'll get it with my wrench. Still a 10mm. All right, it looks like we also have to remove this couple of bolts. I assume they're the same size as well. Yep, still 10mm. I'll remove this other bolt here, still a 10mm. I'm also going to remove this. Oh, well, that one just stripped off. Well, that ain't no good. Let's hope I can get this other one off without stripping it up or busting it off. Nope. That one's stripped out or busted off too, twisted off as well. Huh. Well, there you go. I'll figure out something with that later. Still can't quite get this off, so I'm going to remove these two bolts for the latch, the hood latch. So it might not be necessary to completely remove this piece of metal. You might be able to just kind of pull it back and then push your radiator forward to get it out. And especially after twisting off these two bolts, I guess, you know, there's a risk that I could have twisted off the bolts for this hood latch too, and then I'd probably really be in trouble. All right, I got the hood latch unhooked. I'm just gonna unplug the wires for the horn. 2 horns actually. All right, now that the horns are unhooked, this piece just comes completely out. And for anybody who's interested, that appears to be the part number on it. And before I get too much further, I think I'll drain the antifreeze out of it so I don't make a giant mess. Down there, you can see the little thumb screw. I'll go down there and drain it. Can't really see it, but it's draining. Now I'm going to go ahead, use my vice grips to remove this clamp. And fortunately, this hose wasn't stuck on very bad, so that just pulls off. Now it looks like I'll take my needle nose pliers and just kind of squeeze these deals, and then the fan assembly falls off. Got 3 on the top. I guess And there's 3 on the bottom too. Oh no, just 3 on the top. Well, that's easy. Okay. Well, all right. We probably got some transmission lines to worry about yet, and then the hose on the bottom as well. Now it looks like the air conditioner radiator needs to be removed. Or the air conditioner needs to be removed from our radiator. Because there's just 2 bolts up on top, 2 bolts down below, 10 millimeter again. So I don't think I'll be able to get a video of it, but these 2 bolts up here, there's 2 more just like it down below. I'm going to take those off as well. Let's also unhook this overflow hose. So to allow access to the radiator lines and also that bottom hose, I think it's going to be beneficial to remove this whole fan assembly. So I got 1 connector off there. You just gotta push on this tab and pull it apart. It's kind of hard to do sometimes, but now I gotta get the other one. All right, I found that if I push on it with the screwdriver right there, they come apart pretty easy. Otherwise, well, I guess if you could just push really hard right there with your thumb, it'd be okay too. Now these might not go in very well. When we go to push them back in, we might need new clips to push in here. So there's our wiring harness for the fans. Get that out of the road. Maybe finagle this and get this out of here if we're lucky. Alrighty. Oh geez. So it looks like my transmission line is pretty corroded, so I'm guessing that's not going to be fun to get that off there. Alright, here's our transmission lines. If I'm lucky, I'll be able to get my needle nose pliers on from up above. Push that clamp back. Otherwise, it looks like there's access holes from down below. I'm going to try to do this without removing that plastic from down below, because the last time I did that on my other car, all the bolts that held it on all twisted off. All right, one down. Got one off. Hopefully this just rubber hose just twists off. Oh yeah, there we go. Busted off by hand. I'll wait to take that completely off, because I know fluid's gonna start leaking out of there as soon as I do that. All right. See if I can get to this one too. I actually used a wrench to kind of pull it, kind of spin it, and now I can get at it with the needle nose pliers from where it's at now. There. There's the second one off. Good deal. see how easy it busts off here. This one's a little bit tighter. We got this big water line on the bottom. I was able to get at it from underneath. There's a little access hole in the plastic. And then I was also able to use my wrench and spin it a little bit. Now I think I can just grab it with my vice grips and get it right off there. There, now it's all the way off. All right, so hopefully this hose just falls right off. All right, well, I got lucky today, and all of my hoses came off fairly easily. A lot of times you'll get those hoses, they'll really get stuck on. You won't be able to get them off. It'll be quite a battle, but today is an easy day. Now for our hydraulic lines, I didn't unhook them before because I didn't want to make a mess, but I'm unhooking it now. All right, and I got a Sharpie, an old Sharpie. Yeah, plug the hole with that for a few minutes so it doesn't leak everywhere. And then I got another Sharpie. Plug this other one so it doesn't leak all over the place and make a mess. Now I'm gonna put them off to the side here, I guess. There. That's right. Oh, look at that. All right. I think we're ready to come out with the old one. Out with the old, in with the new. Ta-da. Sweet. That wasn't so bad. Alrighty. Going back in with the new one. Oh, wait a minute. I think there are some kind of rubber mounts that go underneath here. Let me verify that. Oh, okay, one's the driver's side one is on the car. Looks like the one for passenger side still on the old radiator. So I'll just take this rubber foot. There we go. And then yeah, the one for the other side's already in the car. Maybe I should just put it right in the car. I'll put it right in the car. There. Okay. Now we're ready to go back in. There. That wasn't so bad. All right, so there's my transmission lines. I got them on. I got hose clamps, new hose clamps. I don't know if this is the right style to put on. Some people say that's a bad decision to put this style on. I don't know, but that's what I'm putting on. So there we've got our bottom hoses on, and the transmission lines are on. So we've got our bottom radiator hose back on now, and the two transmission lines are on. Now I'll hook this air conditioner back up to it. All right, so we got the air conditioner hooked back up again. There's 2 bolts up here on top, and then there's also 2 bolts down below. Those were a little bit trickier to get to. Now I'll go ahead and drop my fans back in. All there is to the fan. Now I'll put this top hose on and plug my fans back in. Well, that's easy enough. Oh, and the deals do stick back in. Well, that's nice. Good deal. Okay. Now for the top piece, there's a couple of rubber pieces that I had to take off of the old radiator, put onto the new radiator. Hook up my horn wires. This top piece is on. We got a bolt there, bolt there, bolt there, and there. Horns are plugged in. And then one more bolt here. Got these two that twisted off before. I drilled and tapped them and got a couple of new bolts. Now I got this air scoop on. Now we are ready for the overflow hose and some antifreeze. Couple of final things here. The new radiator did not come with the new cap, so I gotta transfer the cap over. And then I barely lost any transmission fluid at all, but I'll go ahead and check that as well and add some if I need to.